Howie brings up an excellent point, and that's really what I want to talk about. Students don't always take into consideration the return on their investment when it comes to college. Like, consider the field you're getting into and the starting pay you're going to have. Now, there are numerous stories that I've heard about this, but there's one in particular that's my favorite. I was at a DJing event, and this mother was talking to me, and we are talking about how costly college is and the loans and everything. And she was saying to me how her daughter has a master's degree in photography. I mean, God bless her for pursuing her passion, all the power to her. But unless you're aware of how to manage your financial position, like, how much, what do you do? What do you do with a master's degree in photography? And what's the starting pay with that, honestly? Like, I don't mean to bash somebody for following their dreams.
What's the demand for photographer?
Exactly. What's the demand as well? And, what the heck was I going to say? I was going to say something. Howie, jump in until I can think.
Well, she has a master's in photography, right?
Is that they borrowed so much more than they could realistically pay back.
Seriously, there are so many kids out there in the world today thinking, what the... They regret the career they entered because it did not work out how they planned, financially at least. Like, they love what they do. They have a great time out there. And I respect anyone for following their dreams. I'm doing the same. But you have to take into account the realistic idea of what's going on in the world. Once you're out of college, it comes down to survival. And unfortunately, in our world today, you need money to survive. So all those dreams go right out the window, and it's just get as many jobs as possible and try to stay alive.
And you know, it's where
and over here, it says here that on average, people within a high school degree will earn annually $32,552. A person with an associate's degree will earn $39,884. While with a bachelor's, they will earn $53,976.
And
now for the
go ahead.
Now, there is a massive debt difference between going for an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree. Like, we're talking about a $50,000 debt add-on for this bachelor's degree. And furthermore, I have a newsflash for all you parents out there. Less than 10% of college kids actually get out on time. I'm sorry, that's the reality of the situation. I don't know maybe one person that has actually pulled it off getting out in time. But statistically, very, very rarely does a college student actually get out on time. And you're paying money through the whole thing.
Well, speaking about that, when they say full-time, they mean 12 credits is full-time technically. But you just do 12 credits or a semester, you're not getting out on time. So whether you do 12 or 18, it's still the same amount and stuff. And furthermore, speaking of the associate
student loans, unlike with real estate or business debts, you cannot just walk away from this, people, like you would if you declare bankruptcy. In fact, 99.96% of any student debt loans, whether it be federal or private, cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. When you declare bankruptcy, you do it only as a last resort. And I say that again, you only do it as a last resort.
And I agree, because if you declare bankruptcy, your credit score will get screwed. And when you want to buy a house in the future, they're going to look at your credit scores and be like, nope, sorry.
And I'd also like to jump in and say that part of the reason why it's so hard to walk away from this debt is because a college loan is what is called an unsecured loan, so you have nothing backing it up. Take this book in my hand, for instance. Say I didn't have the money to pay for this. Now I come to Brian and I say, Brian, I would like a loan for this book, and he gives me a loan. And at some point, I can't pay him back. He gets the book. The book was my collateral. So in turn, he gets his profit back from the book. Maybe he'll sell it, do whatever he wants with it. But that is a collateral-backed loan. Whereas a college loan, you put nothing up but yourself, basically, your life. And if you can't pay it back, the interest will continue to compound, and you're pretty much a slave for life, really. I don't mean to put it that hard, but that's the reality of the situation.
Sounds
Sounds
now.
much
Which
like
segment are we in?